Hey guys, thanks for the likes. Okay, thinking I'm gonna try. I'll move this guy. You do some nails on this one. So I've got like some thermoplastic to see if I like it or not. Let's see. I don't know if this plastic is going to stick with super glue. I'm not sure. Sit it there for a minute and see what happens. Anyway, how is everybody? Might have to use a different glue. I don't think this one's taking. Thermoplastic and super glue, no good. Thank you for the likes. No, thermoplastic super glue doesn't work. There you go. So we are going to try my normal glue that I use. Thanks for all the likes. All right, so I'm just going to use just my normal fabric glue that I stick everything together with. So hopefully this will, attach them properly. So this is like a tacky fabric glue. If it will come out. Not much left of this one. All right, little dot. And I'm going to do this one. All right, we'll see how these thermoplastic goes. I think it looks fine. What happened to Kitty? Just started playing up, lost its claws. No, it's a yawning kitty. Doesn't like getting a pedicure. Petty Manny? Manny Petty. All right. So I only need to do 2 more in there and 4 in here. So I've got like a thermoplastic that I'm got in some hot water. Sort of shape. It goes hard really quickly. So kind of got to work fast. Pop that back in the hot water. So yeah, I'm trying to make them not so fragile. So we'll try some thermoplastic. So, yeah, Mr. Comment. Can you reuse the bits you cut off? Yeah, I've chucked it in some hot water. Just got like a cup of hot water here with my Dragonair, sorry. Rookie mistake. Dragonair. I don't really like the shape of this one. Just going to chuck it back in. And it sort of goes a bit, it sort of melts. Okay. Where's that big? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've had it for a long time, but it's that. Little plastic balls. So it's just a really fiddly is all. Hello, everybody. Thank you for the follow. All right. They're really slippery little suckers. Okay. See the claws? Looking good. You got scared for a minute. Don't be scared. Yawning. So I've got a clear piece of plastic. Point it. Okay. Very fiddly. They're so cute. Oh, thank you. I've done 3 of them. I've got the zoomies, Burmese, and this one's the yawning one. And then we've got the pooping one in the back. Just to shake it up a bit. Scrunkily. This is the last thing I have to do on this cat, and then 3 of them are done. So that's exciting. Thanks for the likes. So hopefully these are nice and secure. All right, 4 more. Thank you for sharing. Might just do a whole bunch of nails first and then get it over and done with. The teeth I've done, and I've made them out of translucent Sculpey. It's just because when you pose it, the hands sit like that. So I didn't want to do the nails out of Sculpey because it's super fragile. So they're inevitably going to break if I do it out of super Sculpey. So, but whereas the teeth, they're fine. They don't lean on anything, so it's no biggie with that. Oops, try to do two sides at once. It goes hard very, very quickly. Yeah. All right. Let's glue them. Gotta leave that to dry. So the glue takes, probably leave it at least a couple of hours for it to dry. And then that's this doll done. I'll take some photos of it next week. And then probably have them pop them in my shop, ready for homes. Do a couple of stop motions, do a couple of videos for YouTube, all that stuff. So a fair bit of content coming up. Try and do a couple of stop motions. All right. Here we have some claws. Oh. Got some claws. Meow. I'll leave that to dry. How cute. Okay. There's my pooping cat. I feel like it'd be difficult to make content. It's super time consuming. I made a chameleon not too long ago. It took about 35 hours to make. So there's a lot of different elements and stuff to it. So the same sort of deal with the gila monster that I'm working on. I've got to finish sewing up this last little piece. And then I'm going to start doing this scale work. So I do each scale individually because I'm a thaco. But yeah, they generally take between 20-30 hours. The chameleon was excessively long just because of the scale work and the skin. So that's, yeah, it takes a while. It'll be like diamond art. It's very time consuming, definitely. But yeah, I'm trying to add like a lizard to each batch that I make. Do I do small stuff or like life-sized newts? Yeah, I try and keep it roughly like this size. I like this size. It's manageable and it's not excessive, but I've made really big stuff as well. And I made small things, but generally around this size. I think it's a nice, not too big, not too small. the bigger the doll, the sort of harder it is to move around and work with it. Do I do a life? I could do life-size newt. They're so cute. I plan on doing in the next batch a leopard gecko. So I like geckos. Heyo, what's up? What up? But yeah, I usually like to work on a couple of dolls at once. It's a lot of chopping and changing. You want to do upcycling porcelain dolls? That sounds nice. Like you find old ones and then remake things out of them. It's funny when I say, you know, I make dolls, people think I'm talking about like porcelain dolls or like Barbie dolls or something. It's Pooping Cat, you know, it's not happy with it. It's Pooping Cat. I think this is my favorite one out of the cats. I don't know. It's hard. I like them all. We've got the Zoomies one here too, which is a Burmese. And then the yawning one that's drying. They're adorable. Definitely making more. They're called action cats. I call them action cats. The next lot. I'm trying to think of, you know, what the next ideas will be. One's going to be licking, because why not? The Zoomies. Yeah, licking, maybe sneezing, and I'm not quite sure of the other one. I have to like come up with decide on it, a decision, you know. Too indecisive. And like what breeds? I think I'm going to add an orange one. How long does it take to make them? Between 20 and 30 hours. A chameleon that I did before took about 35, just because it was a pretty complex doll. What is that in the back? This one here. That is part of my Action Cat series. I just added claws to it, so I've got it in a weird position so the claws dry. But it's a yawning kitty. Yawning Siamese. So yeah, the claws were the last little thing that I needed to add. They got like stretchy. I sculpted them with stretchy hands, stretchy paws. So you need the nails. Thank you for the share. Much appreciated. But yeah, I had 7 dolls on the go. Is that poo? This is a pooing cat. This is a pooping cat. See? Pooping. It's a prop for this cat. What am I working on now? That's a Gila monster. So just sewing the last little bit on there. No problem. Thanks for stopping by. The bottle was accurate. Well, someone actually just said before that it's too clean, but I was like, don't be childish. Don't be childish. It did cross my mind. I thought, that's maybe too far. Maybe it's too far. But you can't do a poopy cat with no butt hole, right? Welcome to the weird part of the internet. Do you make copies of pets? Yeah, I've done heaps before. A lot of different kinds of pets, but a lot of rats. People like rats and ferrets. But yeah, definitely I've done heaps. Art is art, that's it. If it makes people laugh, it makes people laugh. What is the poo made of? It's just polymer clay. It's just polymer clay, which I've like just, you know, scrunkily rolled into and done a little peek on them, you know. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I've done rabbits, dogs, cats, birds, hamster, a squirrel, someone's like neighborhood squirrel that they really liked. Yeah, all sorts of different things. Yeah, I've done a few birds. The most recent bird I did was like a taco toucan. It has a movable jaw or beak. It has a movable beak so you can open and close it. But yeah, I'm going to concentrate on doing more birds because there's a few techniques that I want to try to make, fake feathers because I don't use any animal products. Yeah, toucan. I can show you. I'll get it. I'll get you and show you the toucan. Here's my toucan. Sorry, I have to wait for a second. Here's my toucan. So he's got the movable beak. So you can, put a berry or a piece of poop in there, So yeah, so posable as well. That's the toucan. Thank you. This is really soft. I've got the little, red patch underneath and the little white patch on top. The feathers are made from like a felt, but I want to do some more experimenting with feathers to make it a little bit more realistic. But yeah, because I don't want to use like feathers. Yeah, I have a shop. And I also offer payment plans too. So if you're interested in that, just let me know, and I can let you know how they work. But yeah, my link is in my bio if you're interested. But yes, I try and be pretty flexible with my payment plans. I basically let you dictate when and how much. So yeah, been doing this for about 13 years now. Maybe longer, I don't know. Something around there. I think it's 13. But yeah, so that's pretty I've got a phoenix as well, like a Japanese type phoenix. But yeah, all the other birds I've done a lot of shoebills. They also had the movable jaw, but they've found their own homes. What else? A lot of like Harry Potter style phoenixes. I want to do a secretary bird. I mean, there's so many birds to do, right? They're all nice. So I guess I'm just going to have to like pick some and settle on what type of birds I want to do. But I wanted to do a secretary bird for a long time. Hyacinth macaw, that'll be really cool. A palm cockatoo. They're really cool birds. So many options. Green and gold macaw. I do want to do, I've been wanting to do a kiwi for a while, so it's kind of in my next batch of birds. I did a cassowary, that's another bird I've got. Looking for a home. So yeah, just been doing a lot of different things, a lot of reptiles, a lot of marine animals because I neglected them over the years. So I want to do like an orca, but yeah, whether I do it out of like maybe like a PVC, like a black PVC, black and white. I don't know. I have to experiment, I think. Like cotton, and I could do like a medium over it. I think PVC might be good because it sort of looks wet. It might be the way to go. Alright, this last little stitch thing, and then I'm going to start doing some scales, I think. It's judging me. It's judging. I mean, any cat face is judging, right? Yeah. Mm. Alright, I'm just going to tie this off. I need to get a reference picture of the Gila Monster skin so I can sort of follow the pattern that's going on there. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to glue it. That's a start. That's a start. Pooty cat. Poopy cat. Mr. Cam Cam. Mr. Cam Cam. He's still there. He's in the back somewhere. Can't see. No. He's behind some dolls. Okay, just going to tie it off. Gets a bit hard to push it through. That's the problem with using like something with a big eyelet. There we go. One more. All right, that should be good to go. That's the sewing done. Isn't that exciting? Yay, sewing's done. So this is the Gila Monster. Now I have to glue these loose ends up. I'm just going to get a picture up, actually. All right, so we want the head to sort of have a bit of definition here. Thank you for the follow. All right. What is that? So I make art dolls or fake taxidermy pieces. So kitty. It's not fuzzy. I'm going to be adding scale work to it. So this is just basically cotton fabric, like a base, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to add like a mixture of different mediums, and I'm going to add all the scale work to it, and then I'm going to paint it. So this is just a base, basically. I'm just trying to make a nice shape with the head. And then I'm going to load it up with glue. and stick it on there. And then I'll probably start the scale work down here to cover the seam line. So we're going to glue with this glue, tacky fabric glue. The scales look really easy. Oh, those kitty turds. Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I had to. Comes with its very own prop. Have no fear of glue. That's right, just get it in there. Gonna make it neat though. Who is this diva? You talking about me? No. It was compulsive. Exactly, you know. It wants to show you what it did. Or is still doing forever. Poor thing's got a constant state of constipation. You don't think the kitty likes you? Yes, you. Thank you. Just your local weirdo that makes fake animals. Just your local weirdo. Okay, this one's going to be a bit tricky to get it neat. Thank you. I think what I might do is just take some off and use my needle tool to get in there. It's a bit of tight fit. Yeah, I've got a link in my bio. I don't want to say the word just in case I get another restriction. Maybe they've fixed it. I don't know. But yeah, shop link is in the bio. Have you made birds? Yeah, I was just showing someone the toucan that I made. Someone asked a similar question. So, toucan. This one has a movable beak. Yep. Movable. Oops. The wings. What a pelican. Wow. No one's ever wanted a pelican before. 100%. Maybe it's you, yeah. So yeah, this one's got a movable beak. I wouldn't mind doing a pelican. I do take commissions, so if you're into that, shoot me a message. So my store is in USD because all my customers are from America. So if you're Australian, you're probably looking between $850. But I do offer payment plans, so I try and be really flexible with that because I know that's not the cheapest thing in the world, but it just takes a long time to make these things. They're very time consuming and the materials are very expensive too. Not as good as a demo, guys. Anything's better. Thanks for the follow. Anything's better than a dimmer, guys. At least the other one was like a little bit different with the LEDs. Look, I don't mind if it's small. I just don't want to I don't like doing big dolls. I think that's what I've decided. Big dolls. Not into it. $8.50. I wish. Usually costs about $100 in materials, especially like Sculpey, like the brand Sculpey's jacked up their price as well. So yeah, it takes about 20 to 30 hours to make. No problem. I do take payment plans as well, so basically let you dictate how much and when. So yeah, I try to make it easier. Damn it, guys. Someone actually asked me to make a Frank and then they ghosted me. Obviously, I didn't make it. As soon as you make like a listing for someone, then they ghost. Hey, Roblox story. That happens so often. I reckon that's happened about 6 times in the last few months. Like they go through it now, yeah, make me a listing, ghost. But that's been a thing since day one. That's fine. You always know when someone's going to do that. You have the same with paintings. It's crazy, huh? That's why you don't start anything until they've made at least a deposit. You learn the hard way sometimes. It's crazy. You just don't start anything. Don't start what you can't finish. Oh, poor kitty's getting poked. You used to do sketches prior? Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, I just get like a 10% deposit, and that usually makes them run away if that was their plan. Sometimes they get to the stage of, most of the time they get to the stage of making a listing for them to buy, and then that's why you got to take care of yourself too, especially us artists. Right, a little bit here. Normally I just open the thing in, but these are really tight, so gotta use my needle tool. I'm trying to get rid of like any, what do you call it? Puckering as best I can. Doing fake snake skin's really doing my head in. I can't come up with a plan. Exactly. Generally they don't. It's very rare that happens. If they've paid the deposit, they don't usually do that. Sometimes, but not really. I think it's maybe happened like once or twice. But yeah, very, very rarely. Hello, Eliza. How are you? Okay. All right, that's glued. I reckon I'll have to go over this twice. Maybe, maybe not. No, no. We'll see how it dries. Looking good. Great, that's great. Thanks for the follow. Okay. I guess. Thanks again for the follow. I guess we could start doing some scale work on it. How long does it take to make them? Between 20 and 30 hours, sometimes more, sometimes less, just depends on, generally like 25 average. But yeah, sometimes more, sometimes less, just depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes I do like movable jaws, that takes like, a little bit longer. A few more steps involved with that. Okay. Now I've got these bottles. So I'm in two minds about how to do these. I could probably just mix it up in a bottle. We'll see. Do you log how? No, I don't. I really should, but I don't. I keep saying, because I like chop and change a lot, and then I just can't be bothered going, finding the log for it. You know what I mean? I just estimate. I think I'm going to try this one, this dropper. Otherwise, if I don't like the dropper, I'll just go back to my syringe. Let's try the dropper. So I'm using the acrylic medium, Liquitex acrylic medium. It's really thick medium. There's a sort of technique that I've trialed. I'm not 100% sold on it, but it's not bad. I don't do too much, I don't think. So if I just leave this acrylic medium, it goes a bit, it doesn't flex as well as what I want it to with the posable doll. So I add some Mod Podge to it. And the Mod Podge is kind of flexible. Okay. But the medium gives it like a bit of volume. So that's why I kind of mix with it. Do I chat with other doll creators? Yeah, I sort of speak to like some of the original ones, not too much. A little bit. There used to be a bit better community back in the, when it first started. But But yeah, some of the original ones, not so much the new upcoming ones, the new young'uns. not the young'uns, not so much. But yeah, every now and again we have a chat. A lot of them are Americans. I think there's one other Aussie that I sort of chat to every now and again. Not much. I remember I did a convention years ago, and there was a other girl that sort of just started. I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand it. It was just, her partner, specifically her partner. They were just very arrogant. I had to bail on that one. I couldn't stand them. I'm not going to name names, but I couldn't stand them. How do I get it in this bottle? Oh, Jesus. He was really arrogant. It's going to have to be messy. Maybe the syringe was a better option. Let's see how we go. I feel like it might not be flowy enough. I reckon a syringe is what I'm going to have to do. No, this isn't going to work. It's too thick. It needs to go in the, yeah, he was like super arrogant and controlling. It's just like, get away. Okay, scrap that. Let's start again. I'll wash that later. All right, syringe. Yeah, and then like we all went out for dinner as well. I was like, got in the car and I'm like, oh my God, what a dickhead. What a dickhead. Your art looks so cool, thank you. Trying to suck it up, a bit thick, so it takes a little while. Probably a little bit too thick though. We'll see how we go. That's what she said. Classic. I feel like that's a classic millennial joke. I didn't like The Office. Soz. Not a fan. Especially the American one. I can't stand, what's his name? Steve Carell? Is it Carell? Can't do it. He's really irritating. Oh, I mean, I can't really stand Ricky Gervais either, to be honest. He's irritating too. How dare you? Can't do it. I don't know what it is. He's annoying. Sorry. You can't tell me Ricky Gervais isn't annoying. Self-righteous pig. You do see it. Which one, though? Steve Carell's annoying. That's all. Sorry. Both, yeah. Okay, headpiece. Let's see. Right, they're pretty big. Oh, hang on. I need a picture of an underbelly of it. The underbelly. Oh, here's one. Oh, it's just literally these dots. Okay. I'm just going to do big dots all the way down here first, and then just cover the seam line, and then I'll go from there, I guess. Big dots. What I need to do it with two hands. So quite big dots. You watch TV much? Not really. Yeah, not really. Not. I have a hard time getting past American shows. I have a really hard time getting past it. Just everything, just the production and everything. Voice. So, there's a few shows that I like. But yeah, not a lot. Especially like over the last couple of years. Like Game of Thrones, but then they ruined it, you know, with their can't be bothered doing it anymore attitude. Yeah. Yeah, horror movies are just really lame. Alice in Borderland, I haven't seen that. Like, I watched American Sniper because everyone said it was good, and it was just like the most like patriotic crap I've ever seen in my life. It's just like, oh, it's such a great movie and blah 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 blah. It's awful. Never seen it. You know what? Watch it. It's so bad. It's like if that if any movie is going to turn you off American movies, it's that. I can't unsee like that patriotism crap. Okay. Such a great movie. That guy was a legend. Thanks for the follow. What's wrong with that cat? Nah, just a bit sad. You don't mind some more stuff, but it's just so painful. It's so awful. And the guy was like such a piece of shit too in the real life. And they made him out to be like this. He was a liar as well. They made him out to be like this, gift from God. Very controversial opinion, I think. It's just like fed to the rest of the Western world. Such a great movie. If it's the same guy I'm thinking of. Yeah. Yeah. I think he lied about how many snipes he had. Didn't he lose his medals and stuff because he was lying or something? I don't know. It's the one with Bradley Cooper as well. Something. Just the whole thing. The whole thing. So I think since then, like, I can't get past seeing like patriotism towards American everything in their movies. You're not a fan of Bradley Cooper? No. Well, that's the guy that was playing it. That you mean? Oh. Yeah. It's awful. And like I watched one of the Venom ones with Carnage in it. And like, even though Tom Hardy's like British, it was so American and awful. I reckon this could have been a bit runnier, but here we go. So yeah. yeah, so I don't know. I couldn't even think of shows that I liked, to be honest. Just stick to anime, maybe. You don't think you're last thing? Oh, no. No way. Oh, thanks for the follow. Nah, no way. I couldn't. No way. No. Not with that psycho doing what he's doing. Destroying everybody's rights. Oh, thank you. I'm in Melbourne. Melbourne. Yeah, I'm an Aussie. Something different, you know. Just being a weirdo, making fake animals. You know how I go. Oh, thank you. Love it. It's great. We're working on a Gila monster. So I'm buckling in for about 10 hours of scale work. Just to torture myself. You run a sanctuary. Would love to chat about. Oh, no problem. Yeah. Send me a message on my website. Do you create animals that can be outside? Probably not. You mean like a sculptural piece? I've done dolls like this for the Calgary Zoo and the Vancouver Aquarium, so they use it in like educational programs. But yeah, I do like a combination of it's polymer clay, like possums for a nest box. Trying to think of like weatherproof things. I mean, you could sculpt it out of like plaster or something, but in terms of weatherproof, have to have a think. He's so cute. How much is he? This one here. So I'm planning to put these ones up next week or this week. Sorry. So I'm going to price them all at $550 US plus the shipping, but I do offer payment plans. You want kids to open a nest box and look in. I mean, I could definitely do one. I normally use like fake fur for my dolls, so you know they're fake, and it's polymer clay face, and they've got like an armature in them, so they're posable. The body is like a polyfill, which is like cushion stuffing basically. But I guess if like the nest boxes were kind of weatherproof, I can't see why I couldn't do one of these in them. Does that make sense? You'd love to buy him. Just send me a message on link is in my bio. Send me a message, and yeah, I can let you know how it works and stuff. Yeah, I can just put them outside. Yeah. So I know the Calgary Zoo did things like that. They brought them out when they had like a education thing going. They got, I think they've done it for a couple of years, but I think they've about 20 dolls I've done for them, and I've done the one for the Vancouver Aquarium. So yeah, they sort of bring them out, and when they've got a group, basically. But yeah, I can't see why not. Like, there's no wire in it, so it's not going to go rusty. But, even if they do get wet, they, like a little bit, it's fur, they'll dry. Oh, thank you. And, like, the armature's plastic as well. But, yeah. That's like something that I'd like to concentrate on, is doing things for educational programs. That's what I like doing. No problems. You too. Okay. Oh, I like bats. I like doing bats. Time consuming, but I like doing bats. That's cool. Oh, kitty. I think the cat's my favourite coat. I think the silver tabby. I really like the way that turned out. A suction. A couple of species of bats are New Zealand's only native land mammal. Really? It's interesting. I had someone from New Zealand come in the other day, but they obviously call it like the proper name. I can't say it. I can't say it properly. Aotearoa. It's so bad. No, I'll get there. I should really start on this side. Hey. Aotearoa. I'm terrible. Close enough. Thanks for the follow. I don't know how to speak. I don't know the lingo. I ain't got that accent. Do you have a shop? Yep. creaturesandnat.com. The link is in my bio. Never heard in that name. It sounds cool. I think it's like their proper native name. Aotearoa. So bad. And like she spelled it phonetically too, and I still can't. I don't know why it's so hard. Aotearoa. I'm gonna stop. You know what I need? Someone to like say it. You have issues. Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe they were like a Marty. Marty. What am I working on? So I'm doing the scale work on the Gila monster. So it's very time consuming, but it'll turn out like the chameleon. So I'm using a combination of acrylic medium, which is like a thick paste. I can open it. It's like a thick paste. And also a bit of Mod Podge. So the thick paste sort of gives it volume, whereas the Mod Podge makes it a bit more flexible. You thought that was a real cat. So yeah, if I was to use the medium, it sort of dries a bit crackly, and yet the Mod Podge dries flat if I don't add the medium in. So I need something to give it a bit of volume, basically. I need to get like in a rhythm again of doing the scales. A bit out of practice. Do you ever do dioramas? I have before, but only like small ones. It didn't really take off, so I sort of haven't done any for a long time. It's still sort of posable, but it sort of cracks a little bit, and so I want it more flexible. How do you make that? So the head is polymer clay. Sculpt all the head pieces, the feet as well. Add an armature, polyfill. I needle felt the body to make like a muscle tone, and then I sew the fabric over the top of it. Have you rhinestoned one before? I've used plenty of rhinestones, back when I used to make fantasy type things. I definitely used heaps of rhinestones back then. But yeah, not so much anymore. I still have like a whole box of rhinestones. This little batch, I think I could have done with adding a bit more Mod Podge to make it a bit runnier. Shiny. So yeah. The next batch I mix up, I'll do a bit runnier. So this is sort of leaving peaks, basically. So I'm having to go in with my needle tool to flatten it out a little bit. Just a bit more time consuming, which is not what we want. Are you going to airbrush? No, I'm going to paint this one. So with the chameleon, I basically did like 2 layers of paint, where I did like a watery version just so it soaks into the fabric a bit better. And then I went over again with like a thickened version, so, make it a bit more vibrant. You said it is time consuming. So what you're going to do, make this one thicker. Yes, me too. I'm looking forward to doing the painting on it. How much do I have to pay for you to make me one? It just depends, but they can be anywhere from $480 to $680, just depending on what it is and how complex. But generally, like, we're looking at about 550 to 580. That's US dollars as well. So if it's Australian dollars, it's about 850. And I do offer payment plans too. Creaturesandat.com. The link is in my bio. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Getting there so far. Thank you for the follow. The reason why I picked the Gila monster is because their scales are they're like little domes and they're kind of separated from each other. So I thought it would be a good one for this technique. Did you do the same thing for... So the bumps on the head are sculpted out of polymer clay, so that's why it takes so long, because they're all individually sculpted. So, yeah. You thought the cat's real. Who says it's not? It's just very well trained. That syringe is a lifesaver. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a good... I didn't even know it. I just had it laying around for a long time. For some reason, I knew exactly where it was. Did you notice the doo-doo? What? Where? Who did that? What Gladys? Do I answer that genuinely? Do you answer? Do I answer anything? Look, I'll just show you. It's this one. Sculpey Original. There, you happy? No. That's my favourite one. That looks like hot glue sticks. Oh, it's one slab. It is one slab, but it sort of comes out of their machine like that. But it's a slab. And the jerks jacked up their price and then made the slab smaller. Of course. Yeah. Bloody jerks. Unbelievable. Barely no chip in a chip. Exactly. Where you get your feathers from for the birds. I make them, but I want to do some more. I think I'm going to try maybe some felt, like fiber, or maybe like some cotton fiber with Mod Podge over it. So, yeah, I don't know. More air. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, there's a few techniques I want to try to make the bird feathers, but at the moment I'm doing it out of felt, which they're a bit, I don't think they're realistic enough, in my opinion. Hi, Mel. What do I use to make the scales? So I've mixed a Liquitex acrylic medium, which is like a thick paste, basically, and some Mod Podge. So that's sort of what I've mixed it together and just doing it in the syringe. So yeah. It's not the fastest method, and I haven't refined it as much as I would like. So we're just doing some practicing with some reptiles. Basically. What do I do when I do something with no hair? Fake suede works really well. So like rat tails, I've done out of fake suede. I'm planning to do a Sphinx cat for Christmas doll, which I'll do out of like a fake suede as well. It's like a microfiber fake suede type thing. Oh, thanks, Mel. So they work really well. I have been thinking of like an elephant, but I'm not sure. I haven't done a deep dive on elephant skin yet, but we'll see when we get there, you know. And what I'm going to do, trying to make like a fake snake skin. What's wrong with the cat? I don't know, man. It's been stiff. There's something wrong with my cat. It's got like rigor mortis or something. Microfiber gets stuck on your fingers. Have you done an orca? No, I was thinking of an orca, but I was thinking of maybe like a PVC fabric might work really well. Oops. Too much catnip. Yeah, it's just gone really stiff, you know. Don't know. Maybe. Okay, I think that's all I can basically do for today. Unfortunately. Life is calling. The old ball and chain. No. So, yeah, I think I'll leave the scale work till the next live. And during the week, I'll try and get the sewing done on the lions, or like as much sewing as I can get done on the lions, so I don't have to subject everyone to more sewing. Because that's not the most exciting thing. But they'll be my last cats for this little batch we got going on here. that's cool. And yeah, I'll try and get, during the week, I'll try and get some photos done on the cats and some stop motions, some videos, all that crap. Hey. Yeah, I might see you on Thursday. I don't see why not. Unless something drastic happens. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Yeah, hope you have a nice day. Oh, thanks, Mel. I'll probably be on Thursday again. Oh, thanks for the gift. They heart me. Thanks. Yeah, so I'll be back on like Thursday or something. Anyway. Okay, YouTube, I'll catch you.